Hello, welcome, welcome. I know some of you, and I see some new faces as well. I am so happy to have you here today with me. Hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. This is really exciting to have you here today. And as I said, I know some of you I don't know yet, but I do know now because you're here, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I am Alethea Felton, and it is such a joy having you here with me today. And I just want to simply welcome you here to From Intention to Execution. I'm a former public school educator, as I said, so I have my PowerPoint and well, my slideshow and things like that. But this session is going to be interactive. I want you all to talk to me, ask questions, interrupt me. I tend to overplan, so I don't think that I will get through everything. Oh, Mercedes, thank you, because I forgot that there's an introduction. So I'm going to be quiet. Go ahead and do the intro.
We don't become by intention alone. We become through
Can you hear it?
action. We become the person the universe presents when resilience meets execution. Family, today you're about to hear from a leader who understands that real transformation happens at the crossroads. When vision meets pressure, Alethea Felton is a professional speaker, an AI consultant, best-selling author, and the founder and CEO of Alethea Felton Coaching and the Resilient Leaders Alliance. She's also the host of a top 3% ranked show, the Power Transformation Podcast. With over 2 decades of leadership and transformation work, shaped by lived experience, navigating autoimmune disease, and overcoming severe stuttering, Alethea brings depth, clarity, and credibility to the conversation of execution. In From Intention to Execution, she'll show us how to use AI as a practical support tool, sharpening focus, identifying obstacles early, and turning meaningful goals into clear, actionable next steps. Family, get ready. This is about plans that work in the real world. Help me welcome Alethea Felton.
Woo! Thank you. Yeah, I'm cheering. Yeah, cheering too. And I'm cheering for all of you all being here. So thank you again. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go ahead and get this started. All right. Screen share. Let me see. Make sure it's okay. Can you all see this? See my presentation with all of these windows and whatnot? And I'm going to enter part of me wants to enter full screen, but I'm going to be opening up some other tabs. So I may just keep it like this if that doesn't bother anybody. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so from intention to execution, I'm not going to over think this. Okay, so we are going to use AI, y'all, to turn our 2026 goals into reality. And we might think of goals as being our own work goals or things in our business, but this is going to actually be our personal goals because of the fact we are real people with real lives in spite of the work or the service or the missions that we do. And so, to get us kind of started here, this is the dilemma that we have. Okay. Picture this: you are grinding, hustling, crushing it, whatever it is at work. But then there's some challenges at home. Now, these don't have to be dire problems or anything deep, but think about this. Have you ever found yourself in any of these situations? I'll prioritize date nights with my wife or my husband or significant other. I'll be more present with my kids. I'll, I'll finally go to the doctor. I'll finally take care of my health. I will finally address this nagging pain that has had me up at night, but I brushed it off because I have to be everything to everybody. I'll support my aging parents better. I will actually create work life balance. Now, y'all, that could be a whole other session in and of itself because some people don't think that actually exists. You can choose what you want, but this is the truth, y'all. You can actually deliver and do your strategies at work, but your personal goals can keep falling through the cracks. And so, if you are comfortable, because I always want this to be a safe space for everybody, if you're comfortable, type in one personal goal, a personal goal outside of work or business that you keep putting off. Just type it in the chat, or if you don't want to publicly share, that's fine. Keep it here in your mind because this is going to be important moving forward. But a personal goal. And Mercedes, am I saying your name right? Because I speak Spanish and I'm also inclined to say it in the Spanish way. So tell me how you say it.
It's Mercedes. That's perfect.
Mercedes. Okay.
Yes.
Could you read some of the things in the chat because I'm not monitoring that, please?
Absolutely.
Okay,
So we
thank you.
have self-care, going to the gym, losing weight, paying off debt.
Mm,
I was
okay.
gonna put being consistent with waking up early to get things done.
Started. Okay. I understand that. I understand that completely. Okay. And so this is what we are going to now do. And I have to make sure that it's okay. There's a four-step framework. Okay. And it goes like this: clarify, anticipate, activate, and sustain. Now, this is what this means. When you clarify something here, you are getting specific about what you actually want. We can say that we want to lose weight. That's cool. I'm not knocking anybody who does that. I've had my share of health journeys over the years, but let's be specific about this. Anticipate. Identify those roadblocks that are going to attempt to block you before they can get you off course. You're going to activate, meaning that you're going to start your first tiny steps that fit into your schedule and then sustain by having these weekly check ins. So, if you wanted to give this something, I would call it CAS, CAAS, or CAS, depending on how you say it. I work in acronyms and I worked in a school system for years that was an acronym haven of all these types of acronyms. So that's how I work best, okay? So this is a four-step framework.
Miss
And
Felton, will we be
yes,
in the chat? We have a
Alethea,
question. If oh, sorry,
Alethea.
Alethea,
Yeah.
will we be getting these presentation slides shared with us?
I'm happy to do that. Thank you. I did not consider that, but of course, yes, you will get them. Thank you. hmm All right. Let me see. That's the only thing with gamma is that when you change the side. Okay. Okay, so this is step one. We have to get from vague to specific. And also, y'all, I'm the type, I've done so many workshops over the years. Please engage with me. I don't care if you step in as I'm speaking or if you have something in the chat. That's why we have Mercedes here to help me. So please feel free to jump in. All right. So this is a step one. Clarify your goal with AI. So go from being vague to specific. Vague goals don't work. This is what I meant by that. When you say that you might want to be healthier, that has to get so specific. In which way do you want to be healthier? If you say, okay, I want to cut back sugar. Okay, are you cutting back all sweeteners? Is it refined sugar, etc.? Do you want better work-life balance? What does that look like? So here's the example. I want to spend more time with my spouse. That's vague. When you clarify your goal with an AI tool, Then this is when you can say specifically, I want a protected date night. So every other Friday, I want my husband and I, or for, if you have a wife, or even if you are in a relationship, you want your significant other, I want this date blocked out every time, and I want to have it blocked at this time. I want to have plans for a babysitter. So, this is a prompt, a sample prompt you could use in AI. So, you would write down your goal and say, I am a blank. So, this is where you put in, I am a project manager leading a team of 20, or I am a business owner, entrepreneur. I have such a demanding schedule. Ask me 5 questions, one at a time, to help me get specific about what success looks like. Wait for my answer before the next question. So, for example, as a live demo, and this is where I say that I need to get out of the full screen mode, okay? I'm going to show you an example of this. We can use anything from ChatGPT, we can use Claude, Perplexity. There's so many of them that we could use, but for our purposes here, I'm going to just and show you one through ChatGPT because a lot of people know that one. So, Mercedes, could you give me, hold on a second. Let me see. Let me do this. Could you give me an example of, I don't know if it'll let me copy and paste from here. Let me see. One of the goals a person had, please.
One of the goals was going to the gym.
Oh, okay. So who said that?
That was Jenny Burba.
Okay, okay, perfect. So, Jenny, all right. Jenny, if you could unmute, I'm going to use you as an example, please. So, your goal is going to a gym, correct?
Yes.
All right. So, you would input your goal here. Now, I name my chatbot, and I name him Alex, okay? So if this were yours, so it might recognize it as me. So I'm going to tweak this just slightly for demo purposes. And I'm going to say, Alex, I am doing a live webinar. So do not answer this for me. This is for someone named Jenny, okay? Jenny has a goal of going to the gym in 2026. I am writing the following as Jenny. All right, so I prompted that way first. So So I had to give it that, info first because this is my account. Okay. You don't have to do all of that extra stuff. So I want to go to the gym in 2026. So, Jenny, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you, but just act like I don't. Okay. So you're a
So
what? Okay.
I am a busy mom. I am an
Wait a
entrepreneur.
minute. You
No.
gonna put your stuff out there. Busy mom of how many? Because this
Well, see, I only have 6 of them living at home.
Jenny is a mom of 12, y'all, but she
13.
only has, yes, I'm sorry, 13. She has 6 at home. So busy mom of 6. Go ahead.
Um, an entrepreneur who works from home. All of my children are currently in school. I don't know. I mean, I work
In
with
school.
AI a lot. Do you want me to keep
No, no,
going?
no. It's
Okay.
fine. And I have a demanding schedule. Okay. So now you all, this is where that prompt, and yes, I will give you the slides. Ask me 5 questions one at a time here. So you would press enter here, and I can also show you, I don't think I shared my sound, But there is also um, a way that you can have it to speak to you. I did forget to share my sound. I could end up doing this actually. Hold on. I'm going to share again by sharing the sound because I don't have a lot of time. So let me share sound. Okay. So now, y'all, we're about to take this to another level. Okay. So, Jenny, you see here it says, when you picture going to the gym in 2026, how many days per week feels realistic for your life right now?
Um, I mean, realistic, I don't know. I would like to
Okay.
go Monday through Friday while my kids are in school.
Okay, so you all, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer like Jenny, but I'm going to use voice mode. Okay, this is what Dr. B showed us earlier, but this is how you can do it from your desktop. You would click here. So, Jenny, I'm going to tell the chatbot that you aren't really sure, and you could ask for a recommendation. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not really sure exactly how many times a week that I want to go, but if you could give me ideas on what to do, that would be really, really helpful. It didn't work the way it was supposed to. That's all right, y'all. Hold on. Well, as we can see, AI can sometimes have a mind of its own. What it's supposed to do is open up a separate window where it will do that. I don't know why it's not doing it today out of all days, but I'll try it one more time.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Let's try that again. Jenny,
okay.
what's
So this is what I was saying is that I'm not sure exactly how many times a week that I want to go, but maybe you could give me some ideas.
Of course, Jenny, that's totally understandable. And we can figure it out together. Here's the next question. What would a successful gym routine feel like to you in terms of your energy and your schedule? Let's think about how it can fit into your week so it feels doable and exciting.
All right, so I'm going to end it there for time purposes, but as you can see, you all, you can take your chatbot through that so that it can give you specific questions, examples, things of that nature, okay? And so what you also want to do is you want to anticipate possible obstacles. And Jenny, thank you for being a sport with that. Okay. Thank you. So anticipate obstacles. This is where you are going to use some strategy. We do risk assessments on our jobs and our businesses, but do it for personal goals too. So, as leaders and entrepreneurs, we face work emergencies, travel disrupting routines, caregiver responsibilities, guilt about our own wellness and self care, and on and on. So, another prompt example you could use here in using an example of a date night could be I'm a blank, so I am a leader of a community of other entrepreneurs, and my week includes. This is where you can manipulate or put into the chat of your choosing, the AI tool of your choosing, to say, identify 5 realistic obstacles, including work demands, energy crashes, competing responsibilities, and guilt. And for each, suggest one workaround. Okay. So let me ask you this in terms of just being engaging. You don't have to type it in the chat, but you can unmute. What stops, if you think about your life right now, what stops your personal goals? It could be time or schedule, energy, guilt, others' needs, or it could be something else. What is stopping you from achieving a specific personal goal? Who would like to share?
Can we chat? I mean, can we share it?
Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
For me, stopping me is it's not just the time, it's the doing it, the taking the action. it's that no consistency with it. Like, for example, if I say I'm going to go to the gym because I want to lose weight, I don't go to the gym. Why don't I go to the gym? Well, I make excuses. Oh, I'm too tired, or I don't want to go there. So it's for me, it's like not taking action.
Mm.
But
Could that do with just in thinking about it, how could that be connected to energy? And I might not even be talking about physical
mm,
energy, but sometimes it's that mental energy
yeah,
too.
yeah. Like I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then again, I my belief with every goal, everything we want to do, it's the motivation behind it. It's why do we want to lose the weight? For
Mm-hmm.
okay, so I'll give an example. So I will go and exercise because maybe I the motivation is I want to look better, I want to feel better, I want to look sexy. And how will that make
Mm-hmm.
me feel if I'm sexier?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that deeper, why do I want to lose the 20 pounds?
Exactly.
It's not just the
Okay.
goal setting.
And in this sense, this is where AI, you all, can become a powerful tool. And I'm still sharing the screen, but what I mean by this is that in a situation like this, what's so fascinating about AI now is that it can start to be used as that partner, as I said, who can take you through those more higher level, deeper thinking questions that can peel back layers. Now, it does not replace, as we know, it does not replace a coach or therapist or anything like that, but we can assign it a role to say, you are my life coach. You are my wellness coach. You are my so and so. I want to go to the gym, but I absolutely am just tired or drained and I just don't want to take action on it. So, this is where it comes into play where you can put into your chatbot how to do it. Now, for example, you could even use if you wanted to go deeper in trying to get a specific strategy done, you could go to something. I don't know who uses this, but how many of you have used Notebook LM? Has anybody used Notebook LM? Okay. Notebook LM is another level because what it does here is Notebook LM gives you deep research, but also you can put your text in here where it can get you to say, oh, for example, Tina was sharing about she wants to go to the gym, she's tired, etc. She doesn't know how to take action on it. You could say, I am having a challenge taking action on my goal for 2026. I want to go to the gym, but I am exhausted and simply do not want to take action on it. Now, this can be a start. You could insert that there. It's an untitled notebook right now. But then this in Notebook LM can go deeper for you and it provides automatically a text or a resource of the psychological friction or challenges that happens with immediate physical fatigue. It can take you to that next level to explain your rationale why. So how do physical and mental exhaustion influence the long-term pursuit of personal objectives? You can add layers to it to then say, give me solutions for this. But you can first start with the layers of discovering the barriers preventing you from taking that next course of action. I want to say, you all, this would be ongoing work because goals are not executed in a day. It takes ongoing work, but at least you can start the process of figuring out what blocks am I having where I don't have time for date night, why I have such a challenge in making more time with my children or my grandchildren. This is what Notebook LM can do, and then you can do more output with it, okay? So I see a couple of things in the chat. Mercedes, could you let me know what's in the chat, please?
Yes, so Natalia shared one of her obstacles is procrastination and then jumping on the task and trying to rush to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had John that shared, for me, there's a lot of admin client communication work that might take the time that I might want to use for speaking, podcasts, and developing other skills with higher leverage for his business.
Okay, so there's more professional challenges there. Okay, and in the same light, you could use Notebook LM that could get you to go more in depth as to the why behind the reasoning of you not doing something. And I know y'all that I always overplan. I do apologize in advance because I already know I'm not going to get through all of this. So, look, activate with a tiny step the next 72 hours. So, the next 3 days, there is a fact that if you do not act on something within 72 hours, your odds of success drops by 80%. So if you say that you want to start to eat healthier, plan a healthy meal. Even outside of that, if you say, I really need to realign my finances, I need to really look at what I'm earning, look at how I'm spending, I want to do this, you must take action within 72 hours. So this is a prompt for your first step. You can put your goal in it, your ultimate goal. Then you would go back to step 2 and put in your obstacles and then say, this is my schedule this week in terms of us as leaders in our careers or even entrepreneurs. Most of us, all of us more than likely already have our week schedule laid out for us. And you can put in the commitments and you would tell your chatbot, give me a smallest first step under 15 minutes, the exact day and time that I can get this done, what I need ready, and how I'll know that I did it. So, this is an example. The goal, date nights. First step is let me text my sweetheart is named Brandon, not the speaker coach Brandon, a totally different person. But I can say, let me text Brandon now with 2 date options for us. Or if you have children, you want to be present with your kids. Your first step can be tomorrow, put phone in car for 30 minutes after work, meaning that I'm going to schedule this time where I am just solely focusing on my kids or putting it in a drawer, putting it out of sight, just being away. And a health Wednesday morning, this is how I start my days personally. I always drink a glass or two of water before I even drink my coffee. I love coffee, but I always drink room temperature water first before starting my day. So, if we had time in a session, Lord, I planned this like I had a whole hour workshop. But anyway, my goodness. So you will open up your AI tool on your phone and get your 72-hour step in real time. So, and then step 4, sustain with your weekly check-ins. I have a little under 4 minutes left. I'm glad we're here. Step 4, sustain with your weekly check-ins. Your prompt here, this is where AI acts as your accountability partner. I planned, and you would type in what you committed to. This is what happened, honestly. I planned to wake up and get in that workout 6 o'clock in the morning. Be honest, that ain't happened. Not at all. Just didn't happen. Sleep called my name and I wanted to sleep. So that's what I did. But I'm going to celebrate the fact, celebrate the win, but identify what got in the way and adjust for next week. Now, if you accomplished it, that's wonderful. You would tweak your prompt some to say, this is what happened. I did work out X days. This could have gotten in the way, but it didn't. And what this helps you with is that it's no judgment. You get access anytime, and Notebook LM can help you to upload your check ins to track your patterns and your progress. And as we come to a close here, what you learned today, even if it was in fast paced, you learned how to clarify with AI, you anticipate your obstacles, you activate that first step, and then you sustain by checking in with yourself for 5 minutes. Because let's just talk transparently here. Although we are successful in our own rights, you all, life happens and life can get heavy and life can get intense. And we have to go back to the root and who we are as people first. Everything else will follow. And the reality is sometimes hard knocks come our way, and we have to learn how to recalibrate and get in touch with the core of who we are. That's what matters the most. And so when you learn how to implement a personal goal, because life will continue to happen, it is a game changer, and use AI to help you. Here are some free ones. I didn't know where everybody was on their levels. I have whole lists of them, but Chat GPT, then we have Claude, Gemini is good, Notebook LM, Perplexity, and on and on. So I wanted to give you some basic AI tools, but in my future session, I can continue this. You already know how to execute. Now use those skills on what matters most: your relationships, your health, your finances, and your overall well being. And I don't have my date yet, but I am going to share when I'm going to have the follow up session. But within the next hour after our workshop is over, our conference is over, open up your free AI tool, prompt it within 3 days, use prompt three, and you will get the presentation. And then next week, use prompt four for your first check in. And thank you for your time today. You have built businesses and led teams, but your personal life deserves those same execution skills. That's what matters first. Okay, you matter first. So let's make 2026 that year that intention becomes execution at work and at home. Thank you so much. Had to rush it, but thank you. Thank you.